Hello everybody, my name is Pravus, and welcome back to more BioInk Redemption. Just again, having some fun here in the Sandbox mode. We're going to be going back to life mode, and instead of Jacksepticeye today, we're going to go ahead and try to save Santa Claus, because I think that's going to work for us. We're going to be going for a 100% recovery. Wasn't there a thing, like a main objective to actually get to like maximum health or something? I don't even remember, honestly. We're going to say that we want to have 100% recovery. There are going to be at least, like, let's say 3 diseases to start. Not very many, because what I'm going to do this time around with, again, an AI difficulty of 4 and a deadline of 300 days, we're going to go ahead and we are going to reduce the health of several systems to start off. I'm going to bring, like, almost all of them, I think, down to about 60. The idea being here that we're going to start with less diseases that can do damage. We obviously need to cure some of them, but this is going to put me under the gun to try and cure some of them a little bit faster to prevent a lot of cascading failures, or to use some of the extra points that I'm going to give myself over here, some extra lifestyles just to stave off the potential damage. All right, so we're going to be putting a bit of pressure on us from a different direction this time, starting damaged. Let's see if we can save Santa Claus's life. Save Santa Claus by reaching 100% recovery in less than 300 days. Yeah, that should be no problem. Hello, ho, ho, ho. Wow, look at you. I didn't even realize there was going to be ice and lights and freaking Christmas lights everywhere. That's amazing. All right, we got blurred vision. Well, there's a few things that can cause blurred vision. A lot of them ultimately can stem from several different things. First off, let's take a look here at the Alport syndrome. This does damage in the renal and the nervous system as well as circulatory, and there's a little bit, but not quite enough for that to be justified. We could say that there's some type 1 diabetes, and this actually would explain a fair bit. Also, you know what? I'm not surprised that Santa has type 1 diabetes. Think about how many cookies the guy eats, right? I mean, that just ain't normal. It ain't normal at all. I do feel like there's a good chance that we are heading toward an arrhythmia, except there's not enough damage quite to justify that. So high cholesterol is probably likely, and that's another thing that we are already checking with the metabolic panel. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and just let that do its thing. Oh, there's the point. It's hiding up there in his hat. What do you know? We're going to be going ahead and grabbing some of these points. We might just get some lifestyles to buy myself some time. Although, the thing is, lifestyles are great if you want to keep the patient alive and you don't have a time limit to worry about. But, of course, I obviously do. What's going to be taking the most damage here? Honestly, not much of anything. This is pretty well spread out. If all the diseases were kind of clustered in just one thing, I'd be more concerned. But they're not. Let's wait until this metabolic panel comes in. Let's just see what we're going to do. Santa Claus has been cursed with poor genetics, also immortality, high cholesterol, and type 1 diabetes. Found him. All right, let's go ahead and put Santa on insulin injections, like and so. And we're, of course, going to take care of the high cholesterol with... Well, we could just give him a strict diet, but I'm going to spend the fast points and just take care of this right now. That leaves me with only 4 points to work with for stomach pain and vomiting. Now, salmonella or perhaps gastroenteritis would make some sense. We could, of course, go for an infectious disease blood panel. The problem is it is a bit on the expensive side. Is the renal system still taking damage? It is not. So I'm going to say that it's probably more likely, maybe, that it's gastroenteritis. Anything else that makes sense? I mean, chronic stress for poor Santa would also make some sense, but I think we'd be seeing more damage in the nervous system if that were the case. And everything else is too far down the trees without any reasonable explanation. I am pretty sure it's going to have to be one of these. Let's go ahead and pick up the physical exam. Now, the thing is... Oh, there it is, gastroenteritis. Now, the thing is, if we cure too many things too quickly, the AI may not have any really damaging stuff to go for. And remember, the higher damage diseases are the ones that get you a lot of extra recovery progress if your goal is to win, of course. So, we may actually want the AI to go ahead and do some of those things. We may want them to go for some heavier hitting diseases. Maybe. For now, I guess we'll just go ahead and get rid of the gastroenteritis. I don't think the AI actually is limited by the fact that I've cured some stuff in order for them to pick up other things. I've said that in the past, that I think that I block them off, but maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. We do have muscle aches, so that gives a few clues as to what's going on. We've actually managed to prevent pretty much any real meaningful damage being done to our patient here. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they have gone for muscle cramps. So we're going to go ahead and do another metabolic panel. I hate having to do disease tests over again, but I mean, if that's what it takes, fine. Back pain is now a concern, is it indeed? Well, very well. I may... Oh, yep, sure enough, potassium deficiency was the culprit. Let's go ahead and actually cure that right now. I was going to say we could spend some points trying to get some lifestyles, but maybe not. Hang on. Muscle aches and back pain. How much you want to bet that you went for the chronic muscle cramp, which we're going to go ahead and do another physical test. Yep, we're just going to go ahead and double up, and there it is, the chronic muscle cramp. Sure enough. 18% recovery progress here already. I mean, it's only been 45 days. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe going for some of the cheap diseases and stuff still works to my advantage. Certainly doesn't seem to be causing much issue. We're gonna go for some physiotherapy for good old Santa Claus, good old Saint Nicholas over here. And he's actually holding together fairly well, considering I found him in a pretty sorry state to begin with. I mean, everyone thought that Santa was well on his way out of the door, but you know what? I'm gonna save Christmas. That's what's going to happen here. I'm going to save Christmas. Muscle weakness. The AI is 100% going hard on the muscular system. So let's see. You could indeed have muscular dystrophy. I could see that being a thing. Because you already have poor genes. Let me guess. You're taking some skeletal damage? Sure enough. Yeah, because the AI gave you poor genetics as a risk factor, that does unlock the... muscular dystrophy as an option, which means I am pretty darn sure that's exactly what the AI has picked up. It makes sense with everything that has happened so far. We're going to go ahead and get that cured up. And that is, of course, worth a fair bit of recovery progress. So thank you for doing that. Developed allergies. What kind of allergies do you have to worry about up in the North Pole? Freaking reindeer? You know, reindeer always looked a little mangy to me. I guess I'm not too surprised. We could be healing up Santa if we really wanted to. Give him some good genetics, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah. Some of these are very cheap, and some of them are very not. Immune system, nervous system, I don't know. I mean, you gotta save some points because I know that curing the muscular dystrophy is gonna be a little on the expensive side. That's a lot of points they just gave me there. Thank you, Santa. Merry Christmas for me. Muscular dystrophy, what do you know? Let's go ahead and cure this with corticosteroids. It's a relatively fast solution, and nothing else has been damaged. We're gonna go for a Mediterranean diet, and we are gonna be going for some sleep routine to start boosting up, let's say, your circulatory system. You're going to eat a lot healthier. No more cookies for you. And also, you're going to get some proper rest, because methinks you've been staying up a little bit too long in the factory, Mr. Santa boy. Let's see. What do you got going on here? So, there's some damage in the muscular and in the circulatory system. What happens with hemophilia? What do you know? I am pretty sure that's exactly what we're looking for. We're going to go ahead and get a cure here. Honestly, I'm curing some of this stuff so fast that, like, I'm pretty much honing in on whatever is killing poor Santa Claus, like, immediately. Which I'm pretty impressed with myself, honestly. Like, I feel pretty good about what I'm doing here. As the AI picks up things within, like, seconds, as long as I've got the points, I basically can figure it out. That's pretty cool. Me likey that. Me likey that. Now, that said, you know, Sandbox is pretty fun, but at the end of the day, it's not nearly as fun as the actual campaigns. If you guys have not watched me do the maximum lethal difficulty campaign runs, some of them are actually pretty darn challenging and pretty darn fun, in my opinion. What do we got here? Skin rash? Well, let's see. You're taking mostly just a bit of muscular damage. Now, it could very well be something like leukemia. No, that would not fit the bill, probably. You might be taking a little circulatory damage, and I am missing that. That's possible, but I don't know. What about photosensitivity? I feel like this could be it. Yeah, because you're taking muscular damage, and I think that this is hiding the fact that the immune system is improving. I think we need to do a UV test on you. In addition to that, I would like you to start lifting some weights or something. That'd be good. Because your muscles, you know, you're getting a little flabby there. Nick, getting a little flabby, and I feel like you would benefit from a bit of weight resistance training. Well, what do you freaking know? Gosh, I'm so good at this game. I'm so good at this game. I should have given the AI either higher difficulty, or I should have given them more starting diseases to make it more challenging. Having lots of symptoms at the beginning of the game is pretty much what's going to screw you over a lot of the time, because it's just so hard to narrow down what is what. More skin rashes? No. You know what? We'll deal with the skin rash in a little bit. Get to the gym, Santa. Get to that gym. All right? It's important. Gotta take care of yourself, boy. How are we doing as far as most of these systems? Yeah, so the muscular system is still taking the most damage. Now, you might have gotten something like necrotizing fasciitis or skin cancer with something like this. This is the first time I think that the AI has actually thrown me something that may be harder to diagnose. It's probably one of these. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's skin cancer, given the sheer amount of damage you're taking, despite the fact that I did just start having you work on some weights. So skin cancer is going to be my guess, but both of them are pretty likely. based on the symptoms I'm looking at and based on the amount of damage I know you're taking. Santa is only now overweight. Really? You don't say. We're gonna go for the skin biopsy. I'm willing to commit to that. Now, of course, if the muscular system goes down, that's obviously gonna make my life a heck of a lot harder. We do want to cure this quickly, if at all possible. I can't tell where all the points are sometimes, because I know some of them are actually hiding under his beard, which is just rude. You're now obese. Oh, Santa. Santa, how could you do such a thing? Oh, look at that. It was skin cancer. Dang, I'm good at this game. All right, we're gonna go for the excisional surgery. No, we can't. We need 2 more points. It's the fastest solution to save Santa. If I can get a couple points, that'd be great. Otherwise, we have to deal with a month of him taking damage before he actually starts getting saved. Some chest pain. Oh, I wonder how that happened. You probably ate too many cookies, you got morbidly obese, and all of a sudden, oh, my heart hurts. Reminds me of that Simpsons episode, you know, where Homer Simpson's talking to Bart, and it's like, Bart, wrap that bacon around your sausage. Butter your bacon. But, Dad, my heart hurts. Anyway, cough and chest pain. Cough and chest pain, really? Well, we're seeing a lot of damage to the lungs and some to the immune system. Now, it's not impossible that it's asthma, but we'd be seeing more damage here if that were the case. It's almost certainly going to be in the respiratory system itself. Bronchitis. You're not actually healed enough here. Wouldn't be surprised if it's bronchitis. It could also be the flu. Either one is certainly possible. We're going to go for a stethoscope exam, which actually tests for both. Why risk it? Why do a 50-50 when you can figure out for sure? Look at that. It was bronchitis. I just want to point out that was my first guess. All right? That was my first one. I need a little antibiotic action, if you don't mind. We are most of the way through our time on this particular campaign. We need a bit more recovery progress, of course. Let's go ahead and pick this up. Now, Santa's still taking a little damage. He's now got fever and a chronic cough. Oh, AI, you wouldn't be so stupid as to continue working down the bronchitis route, would you, before I can cure that? You wouldn't dare do something like that? Oh boy, I bet you would. Oh wait, actually there's some renal damage being done here too. Hang on. Fever, as well as a few things. Oh, that actually is a bit of a... surprising. Huh. What could be doing damage to the renal system in addition to this? That's my question. Because now I'm confused about chronic bronchitis. Respiratory failure, definitely not. We'd be having no oxygen flow to the brain. Allergy tests would explain some of this. It explains some of the damage being done. At least to the immune system, if nothing else. And 2 symptoms at least do fit. Did you also pick up kidney cysts? I feel like we'd be seeing more damage if that were the case. Well, for now, I think we're going to focus on getting some allergy tests going, because I have a feeling like maybe, just maybe, some allergies are playing a role here. We do know that the patient does have a fair bit of allergies due to a risk factor anyway. So let's go ahead and pick some of that up and just sort of see what's going to happen. We're at 94%. If we can find and cure one more disease, we're fine. Santa is now a smoker. You're supposed to be a role model, Santa! How could you do such a thing? God. What a disappointment. Hey, it's asthma! All right. Well, all we need to do is some inhaled corticosteroids. That does still leave the fever and the chronic cough. I mean, you could have sarcoidosis. Oh, that's what the AI did. It explains the renal damage and everything else. Ah, the AI picked up the sarcoidosis. Well, Santa is feeling pretty good about himself all of a sudden there. You better give me a really good freaking gift this year is all I'm going to say, because I feel like I got nothing under the stocking for years here, boy. 110% diagnosis efficiency. We didn't even miss a single diagnosis. I should have much better than that. I mean, you still think that 110% is better than 100, therefore it should be a perfect score. And it is, but it should be like 150. We've done that before. Anyway, 11 diseases is all it took in order to save Santa's life. 220 days, 2,300 points overall. Perfect score in diagnosis. I feel really good about that, and I feel extra good about saving old St. Nick. Well, thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. I'm not sure how much longer we're going to keep doing some of these BioWing Sandbox campaigns. It's just a little bit of fun. And I'm just having a little bit of fun with it, and I hope you guys are too. If so, then I ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.